Good evening, YouTube. Welcome back to Play the Hits, where after a very long month of spoopy October, we are back to Doom. Nick, I have a question for you tonight.
Shoot.
What is the most metal thing that you have accidentally witnessed?
I think I once watched a kid at Boy Scout camp cut a bat's head off with a hatchet. That's not really metal. That's just
like,
cruelty to animals.
Yeah, it's like burgeoning serial killer, but I guess it's kind of metal.
Yeah, he wasn't with us for very long.
Yeah, they sent him home pretty quick, I'm guessing. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get...
Just like the enthralled legions of hell, the Doom stream just keeps going, huh? What part is this?
This, actually, it's not that bad. It's less than Resident Evil. But we are hopefully getting near the end game, I'm thinking. So, to answer the question from my end, the most unintentionally metal thing that I've ever witnessed, I was in a gas station, right? And this is in downtown Pittsburgh. And I'm waiting in line to get gas and get my Coke. And the guy in front of me, he's talking to this, like, little old black lady. She had to be, like, 70-something years old. And she's just, you know, working the counter at this gas station. And he's telling her, you know, like, okay, give me the lottery ticket on the top right all the way back, you know? So she goes to get this lottery ticket, and while her back is turned, I see this guy reach over the counter and just silently grab a pack of cigarettes, okay? And he pockets it without saying a word, and he kind of turns and looks at me, and he's like, you know, he didn't say anything to me, but I could tell, like, I better not snitch on this guy. So I'm keeping quiet. And just, you know, I feel kind of bad, but I don't want to make a scene, and I certainly don't want to get my ass kicked in a gas station. But then the little old lady turns around, she rings the guy up, and she looks at him and she goes, "Young man, will you be paying those for those cigarettes? Or am I going to have to give you a new fucking hole to smoke them out of?" I'm just standing there like my mouth goes like 8 feet wide to the floor. I'm like, holy shit. And this...
Oh, by all means, finish.
Well, this dude, he looks at her for like 20 seconds, and, you know, at this point I'm like, okay, if you're gonna be a dick, then I will step in. But he looks her square in the eye and pulls out his wallet and slaps down a 50 on the counter and leaves. Oh, it was so great.
That's a pretty amazing story, actually.
Are you gonna pay for those cigarettes, or am I gonna have to give you a new fucking hole to smoke them out of?
Oh, gosh.
Gauze
See,
cannon!
I thought it was just going to be this depressing story where he steals the cigarettes, walks out, and we both seem to not understand what the term metal means.
Yeah, right.
Just these random acts of violence.
This old lady was just fucking not having it. I guess, you know, she's like 70-something. She's seen a lot of shit, right? So, at that point, what does she really have to be afraid of?
I would assume paying back the extra $30 from the till that got taken on her watch.
Yeah, right?
I mean, they'll make her pay for it. They don't care.
Yeah, most likely. Shit.
So, you know. Now, of course, I'm assuming there's nothing she could have done. I mean, you can't give this guy 2 bullet holes to the chest because he stole $30 worth of cigarettes.
Well, the funny thing was, though, like, he thought about it for a second there. He's like, on the one hand, she's like this 7-year-old lady. Like, what's she really gonna do? But then, at the same time, he's thinking, like, what is she gonna do? So he pays. Oh, shit.
Right. Maybe she doesn't mind going to jail.
Yeah, right? I'm thinking, at this point in her life, what does she have to lose versus what does he have to lose?
I'd like to think the fact that he didn't ask for change is just,
Yeah, no, he just slaps it down. Like, not like trying to be intimidating, just like, well, fuck, you called my bluff. And then he leaves.
Well played, madam. Well played.
Well, then the other component of it too, there was like the race thing. This guy was white and she was black, so I'm thinking too. He's like, okay, is it a hate crime or?
Well,
whereas clearly no such thought crossed her mind.
I was play the hits, everybody. I have nothing to top any of this the rest of the night.
Right. Oh shit. So funny question, actually. While we're on that topic, I think I already know the answer, but you know, prove me wrong. Have you ever tried smoking?
Yeah, at one point.
Oh, interesting. Oh shit! What the hell was that? Like something just clocked me midair.
A falling death.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my money on a wreck from. Shoot, that's not the. Oh, a cliff racer from Morrowind just flew in and decked you one.
Something like exploded behind me. I could see the animation, but anyways. So yeah, that's actually really surprising to me. I would not have guessed that you would have tried that.
Just the once. It was in Cambodia, and Tyler had got his hands. One of my travel mates, Tyler, had gotten his hands on some.
I'm gonna get cigars. Nice.
Yeah, his hands on some air quotes here, premium cigars from Cuba.
So you kept it classy. It's not like you went and bought a pack of Winston and was just like, fuck it.
Oh, right, yeah. So him, myself, and Professor Don Burke from, D.C. stood up on the terrace and decided we were going to smoke ourselves some stogies. And I took one puff and...
I think I went the wrong way. Yeah.
Pretty forcefully. Took about 3 more puffs, and I just kind of let it burn down while we had a conversation. I mean, yeah, I did it. I smoked a good half of it. It was...
Not great.
Yeah, it was pretty much what I expected, like licking an ashtray.
I got you.
I didn't see what the appeal was.
So,
also, my family's got a bad habit of getting addicted to smoke, so I figured let's not tease the gorilla in the monkey house.
Right, exactly. So yeah, long story short for me, my dad smoked for like 30 years before having a minor heart attack and quitting cold turkey. So I never had a very positive image of it going in. But then I tried it in college because, college is where you try things. Shit.
Right, sure.
Okay. There we go.
Is pretty intense.
More intense than it should have been. But, it was kind of the same story as you. Like, I tried one and just hated it so much that I never really tried it again. And it was a cigarette, too, so, I can't even say it was something classy like a cigar.
Yeah.
Last time, I believe I saw if we do something with armor, if we get armor to a certain point, it really helps us. And then, but then I did smoke quite a bit of pot. So if that counts as like smoking in the same sense, then
no, I don't think it does. I mean, as I understand it, they're chemically different as far as what they do.
Yeah, and like not trying to be like controversial or inflammatory or anything like here, but like it was a completely different experience for me. Like whereas with the cigarette, it just felt like burning ash in my mouth. Like marijuana always had like a relatively pleasant sensation. I mean, it wasn't. I think we've had this conversation before where it's like completely not like TV makes it look. Which is no surprise to anyone who's ever watched TV. But at the same time, too, like, it's not like I hated it. Like, it wasn't offensive. It just wasn't, like, the life-changing, like, that 70s show hilarity that everyone assumes it's gonna be.
Yeah, well, I mean, I assume you need to do something a little stronger for that.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like, I never really, like, went on a trip with it, It was just kind of like... I don't know how to describe it. Like, I was very it was just kind of really relaxing. Like, if you've ever gotten, like, a really good massage or something to that effect, it was sort of like that. But yeah, the fact that I was doing it socially kind of ruined it for me, because when I'm that relaxed, I kind of like some, me time. I don't like to be in a room full of, like, giggling idiots.
Yeah, I've had Boy, we're just going through the whole illicit drug list, huh? I had a what do they call them? A blunt? Is that what you call the marijuanas when you roll them up?
Yeah, sure, Nick.
The marijuana?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Huh?
Reefer,
could've-
devil's weed, whatever you want to call it.
Buffalo Red, Chiva.
Yeah, I had precisely one joint. I don't know if like
that
it's a
actually
joint or
surprises
like
me
a
too.
bowl of joints. No, like you said, it
Bowl
was
of
just kind of
joints.
well, I mean you. Well, what exactly is a bowl? I assume a bowl is just like a 5-pack of joints, like in a bowl, right?
I don't know, man. We're the lamest people in the world. This is so great.
Anyways, I had a total of one joint. I guess that's the metric we're going with. And yeah, like you said, it wasn't anything particularly amazing. It was just kind of calming. I mean, it wasn't really anything more amazing than me having taken a series of deep breaths to calm myself down.
Yeah. And
it
so,
wasn't Nirvana or anything
right,
like
exactly. And I think people
that. Which
are
I
always
guess
a little,
I was supposed to continue smoking more, but
I think people are always a little like disappointed when it doesn't end up being like I said, like that 70s show or something. And I think I shared this with Max, but the absolute best descriptor I ever found for it was from South Park, where they have you ever seen the drug episode of South Park where they like hire actors to play the kids from the future and like scare them out of ever trying weed?
I have not.
It's really freaking funny. But like when they finally like get their parents to be honest with them, Randy says to Stan, he goes, "Son, the truth is marijuana's not addictive and it's not going to kill you, but it makes you okay with being bored." And that's not what you need at your age, which is pretty much exactly what it was for me. Like I was
Okay
doing
with being bored.
I
Yeah,
was
that's
doing
pretty...
nothing, and I was well aware that like literally just time was passing while I'm sitting on this couch. But that was all right, I guess.
It's the drug you need when you don't want to reflect too hard on your lack of achievement, I suppose.
Yeah. Let's... what do you think here? We have mobile turret, Gatling rotator, the weapon mod...
I just go by what has the most amusing picture.
Okay.
Yeah, like, see that? Like,
Looks
just
pretty
put a
funny, doesn't
bullet
it?
in his head. That was hilarious. Get that.
Yeah, let's get that. Play the hits, everybody.
Tactical scope, I'm sorry.
Oh, shit. Okay, so... I guess now we'll just follow the radar.
So, how did you feel the first time you did cocaine?
Yeah, no, I never tried the hard stuff.
Yeah. Let me tell you...
Hey, Nick,
no,
hey, Nick, you got any meth? Let's Breaking Bad this shit.
You know, speaking of Breaking Bad, the weirdest thing to me is hearing Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, otherwise known as Jesse,
Yeah.
playing BoJack Horseman's roommate in the BoJack Horseman series, and it just messes with me so much because I spent the first two seasons asking, "Is that Jesse?" I think it's Jesse.
I know what you're talking about to a certain degree. I started watching Bob's Burgers before I watched Archer, and so I couldn't stop freaking picturing Bob whenever Archer would speak.
Isn't that exactly how, what was it, season 3 opened with Archer as
Yes,
Bob?
that was
That's
freaking
right.
hilarious. Okay, so we went down there. We're gonna go
Speaking
the
of
other
Archer.
ways before we actually head to where the radar's telling us to go. I
Are
was
you
down
in the
there earlier.
internet? Because that's a series of tubes you're going through.
Good stuff.
Jokes by Al Gore.
Right? What? Why can't I? Okay.
No, or was it, no, Al Gore said he invented the internet. Wasn't it Joseph Lieberman who said the internet was a series of tubes?
I forget who that. Al Gore didn't. Well, Al Gore actually did help with the invention of the internet, but that's.
And I think it was Ron Jeremy that said the internet is a series of... Hey, Joseph, how we doing? Hey, can you take Duncan out for me?
Ask Joseph. I'm sure he'd know anything that Ron Jeremy says.
Duncan is, Duncan's a higher priority, buddy. And then bring him back to me. I am in my guild navigator outfit here. I'm hooked to so many machines I can't move. That's
Also, don't forget to bring him back alive.
Anyways, let's see what else. Yeah. So there was a.
Hey, that is pretty funny.
Oh yeah. So Archer. That's right. Hey, it's hilarious.
Oh,
and of course,
what
it's
the
got a
hell?
shield.
Okay, I really have to figure out how to switch
Yeah,
grenades.
Guild Navigator.
Oh, guild.
Yeah, Guild Navigator. I have Duncan trapped behind me, so go ahead and bring him back when you take him out.
So I don't know how I switch grenades.
Well, I know it's not your mouse button because I remember you complaining about that. Or was that reloading grenades? No, nobody reloads grenades.
Yeah, see, it just drops off that stupid... What is it, Nick? Because I really want my regular grenades back. I'm gonna have to look that up after this fight.
I think on the last one we did, Joseph, we got some pretty good footage of Duncan snoring in the microphone.
It was pretty freaking hilarious, actually.
Anyways, now that the dog... What do you want, Rex?
Love.
I was gonna go outside, and then little bastard beat me to it. Now I'm just standing here looking ominous.
Come on, get weak. Oh! Why does his head always have to come off?
Anyways, so you had mentioned Archer. Have you ever seen the series that was just straight up Archer before Archer? What was it, Frisky Dingo?
No.
Yeah,
I mean, the
that
name
was,
sounds familiar. Was it on Adult Swim?
It was, yeah, and it was it was basically Archer beforehand, but got canceled after like a season and a half.
I would say, strangely enough, maybe I did see an episode, but again, I'm gonna blame the marijuana on me actually not remembering it, because
Well, I mean that
was pretty much it. That used to be how we watched Adult Swim.
That's the whole reason for their Sunday lineup.
Well, yeah, and that was kind of like, that was actually one of the very first times I tried it, how I was convinced to try it. Was like, oh man, you can't watch Adult Swim without pot. It's just not gonna...
Yep.
What's happening? Am I about to die?
I think it'll be fine. Yeah, once you, I seem to have heard a lot of people say that they used to smoke a lot of pot in college and then watch that weird show on Sundays on Adult Swim with the guy with the bird beak and the snake arms.
Yeah. Okay,
No one seems to remember what the show was, but everyone's got the same story.
Hey, is this the BFG? That's like what the BFG fires, right? Is the big green orb?
Sure.
I think we're about to get the BFG.
About goddamn time.
Oh, that is the BFG.
Oh, good. Okay, well this is this whole chapter just getting the BFG?
Pretty much.
David, I can't let you.
Yeah, just damn it, you beat me to it. I'm afraid I can't let you do that.
I believe that voice actor died 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, no shit, really?
The name escapes me, but I'm sure he had a incredible body of other work that he's done, but he will always be David Guy Howell to me.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we need yellow security clearance.
Yeah, so anyways, yeah, Frisky Dingo is essentially the same exact setup as Archer, just Archer had a private force of security guards called the Awesome X, or yeah, what was it? No. By day he was a billionaire, by like Bruce Wayne, and then by night he was the superhero Awesome X, the world's best spy, and then he had his friends who stayed with him on the X airship called the Xticles.
The Xticles?
The Xticles, yeah. And I think the main conflict was between him and an alien who wanted to take over the world called Killface.
Killface. That seems appropriate.
Yeah. So, yeah. Look it up if you ever get a chance. Watch, like, the first couple episodes. Those were mildly amusing.
I may do that. Okay, so what am I... Let's see, I guess we'll check our map. Where is our map? Nick, I forgot what button is the map.
Well, I certainly cannot help you. Try M for map.
Nope. Actually, I have to remember. How do we? Yeah, okay. There's the chainsaw. As long as we remember that. Oh, there's the map. It just took a minute to load.
Duncan, come here, bud.
Okay, now how do I?
Back up here with Daddy.
There we go.
To sleep.
Okay, so I'm here. Where's my objective? There's apparently a secret up above me. I see a little... Or did I get that already? This map is confusing as shit. You see this?
Can you, like, turn it to see the depth?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, I
doesn't
see
help
now.
too much, yeah. So I just came from where? I can't even freaking tell. There's is that the one that I got, or is that another one that's... Yeah, no, I don't have that. It's above me,
Yeah,
though.
that's a black room, so I'm assuming you've not been in there.
Yeah, okay, cool.
My money's on an air vent or something.
Oh, hey, Nick. You're a freaking genius.
No, I've just seen enough tropes.
And hey, there it is. Tight.
Hey, not bad. I wonder how much Funko paid to have these pop figures in the game. Why was he floating upwards?
I kicked his ass that hard.
So, let's see, what else? So, what have you been doing lately? Because I've been on hiatus for a week.
What have I been doing lately? Just plowing through Dragon Quest. I'm in pretty much the final act. Of the story, anyways. I'm going to be doing some serious endgame content with that one, but...
Well, if it's anything like Dragon Quest, what was it, 9? The end of the main campaign was more or less the beginning of the, you know, second half of the game.
Though Dragon Quest 9 was definitely its own kind of beast. Given, like, the multiplayer aspect to it.
What did you just say? Because I heard something about Hitler and world domination.
I said, sorry, given the multiplayer aspect to it.
I'm sure the audio must have just hiccuped. Yeah, because Nintendo wanted to try out that pseudo multiplayer connectiveness stuff.
Right.
You couldn't play with other people, you could just give them stuff?
Yeah. No, you could play with other people.
Could you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was about as useful
as
as doing 2-player on Final Fantasy IX.
Yeah, that's
you control
fair.
Vivi and Dagger, I'll be Zidane and Steiner.
Right, but I mean, it was still
exciting.
a way to actually pass the time with a friend while playing it, which is cool. So I need to get yellow clearance, and I'm not 100% sure how to go about that. I wonder if I stand in front of that, if it'll kill me.
Won't make you stronger, I'm guessing.
What if it
Doesn't
did?
he at one point, like, smash a card reader and make a joke about how he doesn't need a key card?
Sure.
Or was that Duke Nukem from Duke Nukem Forever?
Might have been Duke Nukem.
Yeah, it sounds more like...
Wait,
Duke
this is
Nukem.
different. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. We're just gonna carry this guy, and he's gonna go ahead and open the door for us.
Corpse, upper torso.
Wouldn't it be funny? It's like a dick reader. You need the lower torso. Ah, damn
This
it.
is gonna be like Skyrim, where after 5 hours of running around the countryside, I go through my inventory. I'm wondering like where all these human eyeballs came from.
Yeah, see, that's clearly a penis hole right there.
Now, what is that called? It's like a retinal scanner.
Mismatch detected. Scanning.
Sorry,
Because
I
apparently-
just realized this room's gonna start trying to kill me.
Oh. Turrets are like enemies.
2.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Quarantine activated. Oh, hey, it wasn't like, hey, let's fill the room full of demons. It was, hey, there's a puzzle.
We're
That's
just gonna drop you into this laser beam. Sorry, yeah, I cut you off again. What were you saying?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, nothing.
Right,
Nothing
Duncan?
matters. Borp, borp. Nothing matters, Nick. Okay, so...
Yeah, it's totally true. Life is essentially just filling your daily routine full of meaningless crap to take your mind off of things, and then you die.
Expulsion to commence in 5, 4,
Let's see if this helps.
2.
Well, I can't read the text, so...
Isn't that the thing that they held Loki in the Avengers?
Yeah, or was it the thing they held the one guy in
Activating laser security
Skyfall?
That too. All the above.
Or is it like the prison cell that they had the Joker in The Dark Knight when he also wanted to be captured? Well, that was a pretty popular trope back then, wasn't it?
It was. I feel like I'm about to die somehow.
That or you're cheesing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it possible that I just like found the win game platform?
Seeing as how it's Doom, I feel like they're trying to do something cheeky here.
Okay.
I'm feeling like they want you to feel like you're getting this and then blammo.
I don't think this is something I just wait out, is it?
You can see the text, not me. Oh, that would make sense. Maybe you got to interact with it?
Yeah.
No? No?
The question is how.
Let's see here.
I feel like we're a little too dumb sometimes. Because this is definitely not a game that encourages, like, critical thinking.
What's the text saying? Anything of use?
No, it's just telling me the lasers are, you know, lasering. 10 lasers lasering.
7 maids of milking, 5 maids of milking, 4 maids of milking. I'm sorry.
What would Nick Weber do?
Try jump in the middle and then have them like come under you and then double jump so that you land to safely in the middle or something.
Yeah, okay.
Like, do the lasers kill you? Do we know that for a fact?
Yep.
Alright,
they
so
do.
the lasers kill you.
They kill you.
I thought maybe they needed to scan you to make sure you're authorized personnel, or...
Yeah. So let's see.
Okay, so my money's on there being a lock somewhere.
Yeah, there's something. I mean, they don't just put you in this room and not give you the BFG. Oh.
Biometric mismatch detected. Scanning.
I'm gonna pay a little closer attention to what she's saying this time.
Expulsion to commence in
Good idea.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, expulsion commencing. It's gotta be something with those lights, right?
Okay, so,
Laser security system.
apparently you need to shoot some sort of red power cells in the room to deactivate the laser.
Isn't that what I was freaking doing? Oh, come on. I just wasn't shooting the right ones.
Why are there so many red things in this room?
Well, son of a bitch, Nick. Come on, get above me.
Now we know.
The more you know.
Hey, so given your profession, I've got a religious question for you. Oh, I see them now. So what's the canonical view on King Solomon? Did he, oh, you know what? Let's, hold on. We'll come back to that.
Oh. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
What
Doesn't
did
matter.
you do? Okay, you're fine.
Mm.
How heavy is this thing?
It's not light.
It's like you're carrying a mobile surface-to-air missile launcher.
It's pretty much right. Wait, where'd it go?
So what kind of ammo does it take? Where is it? Wait, where is it? Why do you have all these weapons?
So, oh, hey, look, I figured out how to switch grenades. There we go.
Huh. What a strange time to figure that out.
Heavy assault rifle. Cross cannon. Where's my BFG? I want my BF. There it is.
Okay, there we
T. As in TFG.
All personnel, please proceed to the Lazarus.
are. Wait, I'm sorry, are you making a hee-hee-ha-ha, or is that what it's called?
No, BFG, but you press the T key to activate it.
Oh, I see.
Oh dear. Well, that's unbalanced.
Please proceed to the Lazarus.
I have a feeling it's gonna rebalance.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
This looks very much like a boss room.
Oh, one can only assume.
Alright, I'm just gonna stop saying this is a boss room, because we're 8 episodes in, and I don't think we've gotten a formal boss yet.
I think they just get progressively harder hordes followed by the spider demon at the end.
I know there's at least one boss in the game, I know that.
So you had a question about King Solomon
Yeah.
while we're
So-
walking down this endless corridor.
Okay, so, I'm reading the Quran, right? And, Solomon strikes me as a little different in, Islam. What's the Bible's, take on King Solomon training demons to build his temple? Any insight on that in the good book?
Yeah, it's that one I've not read in the Bible.
Okay, so King Solomon, wise guy, a few hundred wives, not a few hundred part-time demon
Yeah,
architects.
nothing in there about magic sorcery.
Okay, all right, gotcha. Just wanted to see what your take was, because I read the Bible and I didn't remember Satan in there,
Yeah,
but
no,
maybe I thought there was some allegory.
You're remembering correctly.
Okay.
That's an interesting one. I'd have to crack open a Quran and learn Arabic to figure that one out.
Yeah, just get the English version. I forget which. I forget which
the
of the
important
100.
thing to remember about the word demons is that within within Hebrew and Koine Greek, demons and princes or daimonios are often the same thing. So the word demon comes from the word daimonion, which is a prince or someone who has authority or someone who has dominion. So yeah, that could be part of where that's coming from, but again, in the Arabic, I have no clue.
Well, okay, technically we're talking about jinn and not demons, and I'm sure there's some hair splitting that can be done there. But yeah, essentially the way the story goes is King Solomon conscripted all these jinn to build him a temple, and they were so horrified of him because he would stand there and watch them ceaselessly as they worked. Now, the kicker here is that at some point Solomon dies, but because he's leaning on his staff, his body is just standing there, and they think he's still watching them. So a few days pass, and an ant chews through his staff, and his body slumps over when it breaks.
Yeah.
And then the jinn are like, oh, we can leave.
This is all like Silmarillion Solomon lore to me.
Oh, yeah, this is borderline Aesop's fable. Something along the lines of even something small can topple a great force or something or another.
Sure. Again, I'm not here to make light of Islam, but I have no clue what that's...
Now, it was pretty straightforward, which was interesting because the Quran doesn't seem to do a lot of parables like the Bible does.
Yeah.
And that just kind of jumped out at, oh, that's interesting. There's also a story in there about 3 guys that God made sleep in a cave for 300 years, and then they went back to town, and then it was as though only a day passed, and then they kind of stopped. I'm not sure what the lesson was there, but no, it's a fun read. It's a fun read.
I gotcha. Sorry, I'm in hyper-focus mode again.
Hey, wait a sec, I thought that the BFG was supposed to trivialize all of this.
Yeah, except I've only got 3 bullets for it, so...
Also,
It's like karate, man. You have it so that you need never use it.
I also thought that the border wall was supposed to be built by now. What's going on with that?
Basically, midterms are over and Trump is back to not paying any attention to whatever he promised.
Ah, there we go. Something along the lines of...
Also, it's a stupid fucking idea, but but I don't think that dawns on Trump.
Well, you know, I mean, this is the guy who said Space Force might not be such a bad idea after all.
Oh, shit. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, I feel like that's the point to that. Like, they wanted you to use it for those specific enemies.
You know, I think you're right.
Hey, are those red and blue orbs power-ups or
Health.
something?
Health and ammo.
Okay.
Hey, we got some gauze cannon ammo, which is important. Now, where'd that Pisco demon go? There he is.
I thought it was called the Beholder.
It's called whatever I fucking
eliminated.
want to call it now because it's dead.
Disengaged.
Sorry, I had nothing clever for that one.
Well, that's okay. If it's not the Beholder, it was almost definitely ripped from the...
Oh,
it was
damn it.
absolutely ripped from Dungeons & Dragons because because John Carmack and Romero played Dungeons & Dragons so much. Never
Right.
mind, what am I talking about?
Dude, I was supposed to be using the BFG way more than I did.
Well, you just wanted to prove that it wasn't a crutch,
That's right. That's
I
right.
assume.
I don't think I would have won without it, but you're right. Oh, and look, chainsaw. I always forget I freaking have the chainsaw until it's too late. So now we've entered Portal here.
Now you'll come out that. Oh, you will literally come out that one.
Oh, here we go.
I guess that could have helped spice up some of your tactics.
It did. I was using them a little bit, but...
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Hey, big boy.
I can't tell if we. Oh, this is one of the Hell Dukes. That's right. Or Baron of Hell or something or another.
Baron of dead bitch. Hello.
So, apparently, speaking of Dukes and Hell, not necessarily Dukes of Hazzard, but so the main enemy in Circle of the Moon was apparently Gremory, which is, I guess, wherever you get your demonology from, one of the Dukes of Hell who commands an army of monsters, or demons, if you will, and has the face of a camel? No, she rides a camel.
That was a short chapter. Nice.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
hey, how about that? No, anyways, so the point I'm wrapping up to here is, what is it? It's a male that portrays herself as a female and rides a camel and keeps a crown at their side. The reason I mention that is because all of those items were actually present as details in the character design of Gremory at the end of Circle of the Moon, which...
Never noticed that.
Curse of the Moon, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Bloodstained. I thought you meant Circle of the Castlevania Circle of the Moon.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Now I do.
Yeah, the only Castlevania game to have a... Well, it wasn't a Castlevania. The only quote-unquote Castlevania that had a female villain?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I never thought of that. Well, I mean, guess, you know, Castlevania Dracula kind of has to be the villain, but... I mean, they have Carmilla, which is kind of... Oh, hey, speaking of which, if you watched... You haven't, because you don't have Netflix. I was going to ask about season... Oh, you do? And did you?
Yes.
Oh, was that not good?
Huh? Oh,
Castlevania season 2?
I just spent, honestly, I've had it for about 2 weeks, and I spent both weeks marathoning BoJack Horseman, which, don't get me started on that. That is a phenomenal show. That is my runner-up show that I will watch before my free trial ends and I subsequently cancel.
Ah, cool. Dude, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. It's a great show.
Didn't you just ask me how it was?
No, I asked if you watched it.
Oh, yeah, I've watched the first 2 episodes of the first season, and I don't know, people keep on batting around something at Symphony of the Night, but I find that hard to understand with... Well, Sypha wasn't in Symphony of the Night. Was Trevor in Symphony of the Night, or was that Richter? I'm getting my Belmonts mixed
Symphony
up.
of the Night was Richter, yes.
Yeah. But anyways...
Though Trevor did make a cameo in Symphony of the Night as one of those arena bosses, along with Sypha and Grant. Yeah.
You're right. I had almost forgotten about that. Oh, yeah. Well, anyways, I've heard good things about it, but I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it is phenomenal. I've had a whole conversation with this... with Max on it, which you probably won't want to watch Mario 64 anytime soon on Play the Hits, because that's where all the spoilers for that show are.
Well, I mean, come on, does Castlevania really have any spoilers?
Oh yeah, actually.
He puts together a ragtag team of supernatural demonologists and breaks into Dracula's castle and beats him up.
You aren't wrong, but at the same time, it tweaks the formula. It does some really interesting things.
But if you came to us,
turns out the Belmont was really Dracula all along. Wait a sec. No, we've done that too.
No, what it does extremely well is get you to sympathize with Dracula. Hello.
Well, that's what Symphony of the Night did, wasn't it?
Oh, no. So Dracula was pant load in Symphony of the Night compared to...
Well, we didn't exactly get a lot of character development, but that's where they introduced the character arc,
Lisa,
I thought.
Yeah, with his wife. And they expand and flesh it out in this, which is what makes him so sympathetic.
I feel like I've seen this arc before somewhere in the Castlevania universe.
Well, yeah, I mean, it basically is Symphony of the Night, but it's just done extremely well.
Yeah,
and then it also has some really oh, nice. It also has some really sick action sequences.
always the contrarian. I want to see something like, like what? Oh, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I want to see something similar to Lords of Shadow with like the uneasy alliance between Dracula and his top lieutenants like Death. I always thought that was more interesting.
Yeah, actually, you will not be disappointed. The first 4 episodes, or season 1 as it were, just kind of served to introduce all the characters, and then once season 2 picks up, it goes on an extremely slow burn. And in fact, the first like 4 or 5 episodes of that season are really just more about the villains and Dracula's generals like infighting with themselves. It's really good.
Oh, okay. Well, now I suddenly find myself much more interested. Cool. Well,
yeah,
thank you.
You are going to love many of the characters and that, and like the little games they try to play and the manipulations that go on. It is extremely. It's almost
You guys, Game of Thrones is ending this year.
No,
we
no,
need to be
no.
the next Game of Thrones.
Yeah, no, it's more Godfather-esque than that, where you have like lieutenants and everything, but everyone's got like their own power play. And what is this? Nick, what the hell am I looking at? Oh, that was nice.
Did it increase your health?
No, it just gave me max health and armor.
Gee, I can only wonder what that means is about to happen.
What it means is someone's about to eat some BFG.
I think the max armor health icon can also be called the spawn fluster cluck button. There we go. So the BFG is basically the Fat Man, just more useful, I assume, right? The Fat Man
Come on.
Fallout.
Eat my gooch. There we go. Yeah.
All this talk of Fallout 76 really has me wanting to go and play Fallout 4. Have you ever played Fallout 4?
I did, and I hate to say it, I couldn't get into it at all.
Well, you're
I
not
loved
the only
Fallout
one to say it.
3, and I loved New Vegas. Fallout 4 just didn't do it for me, and I'm not sure why. Like, it had all the components of Fallout.
So, Jojo and I were having a conversation about this a few days ago, and stop me if we've had this conversation, but I've always had this really uneasy alliance with the Fallout series. I think it's a really cool post-apocalyptic nuked Earth.
Yeah.
I like that dark, the world has been destroyed and we're just trying to salvage what's left of it vibe. What I can never get past is then the goofy ass 1950s motif that the game insists on shoving down my throat and thinking it's funny.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I enjoyed it. It didn't bother me in Fallout 3, though. It did feel
that's
a little
because Fallout
forced.
3 seemed to be the most serious out of those Bethesda Fallout games. Like, that one I felt was the closest to that kind of grim, dark reality that I was hoping for.
Yeah, but it was still plenty cheeky, and I enjoyed it for that.
Yeah,
Oh, hey.
the dark aspect or for being cheeky?
Both. Well, both. The humor worked because it was more pitch black in that one.
When we talk about humor, we're talking about, what, per se?
Like, dropping a nuke on a town while watching it from, a martini bar, a mile away, and,
No, okay, yeah, I mean, that's...
a gigantic, mutant monster that follows you around and, makes, quirky remarks and complaints about everything.
No. Those make sense, okay? Because that's in universe. That makes sense. That doesn't feel contrived or feel like it's being shoved in there. As opposed to okay, so I get done raiding a Mad Max-esque base full of raiders, and come away with a rare plasma rifle. I'm walking out of that little subsection feeling satisfied, and then someone walks up to me dressed in a 1950s outfit and is like, "Hey, Milkshake, want to help me with the quest?" Immediately breaks my immersion because it's not the 1950s. The game seems to have this.
Well, I think that
thing
was the point, wasn't it? It was kind of 1950s era when the apocalypse happened, so the world moved forward. But, the culture kind of stagnated.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the way it works, isn't it like there's some sort of technological breakthrough and the 1950s just kind of carries on into the early 2000s?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know enough about Fallout's lore, but that's how I always understood it. You're probably right, though.
When did the nukes hit
In Fallout universe.
Fallout? I was about to put Fallout 4, and that wouldn't have made any sense.
Something tells me you're about to go down a real deep rabbit hole of Fallout lore.
The nuke started hitting in October 23rd of 2077. So we had a full century of this 1950s bullshit that someone seems to think is hilarious. Like that makes no sense to me. Fallout would have been so much better served if it just would have been like the Great War starts in 2077, not American culture froze for a century and 20 years and then the Great War. That was always just hard for me to figure out what was going on there.
Yeah, no, I can understand that.
That is the closest I've ever come to articulating well. Anyways.
I thought it was profound.
Yeah, I mean, well, again, like I said in short there, it just, the Fallout universe makes sense until you add that extra layer to it of the 1950s motif that just seems so out of place, and yeah.
I don't know. Every game has their gimmick, and that's Fallout's. The ones that are insufferable to me are the ones that came after Fallout that attempted to do the same thing. It's like,
okay. Let's talk about those.
It's always
what
Victorian London or steampunk or the Industrial Revolution or something, and for no real reason. Like, what was that game? It was like basically a glorified tech demo for the PS4 with werewolves.
The Order of 1877?
Yes. Yeah, like that for me was just chintzy.
Well, I mean, that really wasn't... Oh, okay, we're not talking about post-apocalyptic anymore. We're just talking about steampunks.
Right, they just basically, like, slap on a certain motif because, you know, they think it adds... They think it will automatically make their story more interesting, and that's not how it works.
Well, I don't have any problem with slapping a motif on something. My argument with Fallout is that it seems to want to slap 2-3 motifs on top of it, and then I'm confused as to how I'm supposed to interpret the universe.
Well, see, I'll give you a good example of it, which is BioShock. I thought BioShock's kind of Americana worked really well for it.
BioShock made sense. Yeah, BioShock made sense because it wasn't trying to have two distinct time periods at the same time. I mean, it was essentially this waspy Anglo-Saxon Protestant perfect world, no colored people or Jews, and that's what it was.
Easy, Nick.
It was frozen in that quote-unquote idyllic time period. I mean, that made sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on. They had those
also actually took place during
BioShock Infinity. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, you were saying before I interrupted.
Well, I was just saying it also actually takes place during those relative time periods. Come here, big boy. I don't fear you anymore.
Proceeds to kill him.
Yeah, right.
Oh, well, with that much armor, I guess I wouldn't be too intimidated either. Well, that's okay, because, I mean, The Order... I don't think anybody enjoyed The Order. What's that game about?
It was werewolves and paladins and whatever the hell else.
It was... Oh, yeah, talk about throwing too much crap. Okay, I see what you're saying now, because it was about, now that I think about it, it was the Knights of the Round Table got the
they were like immortal or something. Yeah.
And it made them immortal, and then all of a sudden now there's werewolf in the steampunk England. Yeah, now I see exactly what you're talking about, Chris. Pick any one of those.
Did I not just throw a grenade at you?
I thought you did.
There, Chris. I thought you threw a grenade.
Well, it reminds me of this vaguely funny story. Do you ever play Command & Conquer?
Yes, actually. I enjoy... Like, I'm not a big fan of RTSs, but I really like the Command & Conquer series.
Which Command & Conquer, out of curiosity, was your favorite?
Shit, it was like early 2000s. I don't remember.
Because I've experimented
I played it with
some...
Torin and Chutson in college.
I've played some, and I've never liked anything in the Command & Conquer series except for Command & Conquer Tiberium Wars, which I loved.
How do I get in here, Nick?
Well, punching it's not going to do
Well, there's
anything.
a
It's
challenge in
glass.
there, and I want it. I want it.
I would circle back after you look for some consoles, or some vents that might be above you.
Let's check our super confusing map. Okay, so it looks like there may be a way into this room from below it. How do I get below it, though? Yeah, see, this is the room that I want, and there's the entrance. So I have to get down here somehow.
Spin it a little bit.
How?
You can't spin the map?
Nope, there we go.
Rotate
Right click.
Okay, well that seems to be a good indication.
So here's where I want to enter the room. Here's where I am, and somehow I have to get down here. So there's got to be like a drop down somewhere here that I'm missing.
Keep an eyeball on the floor. Maybe there's a destructible panel.
Wait. How about that?
Or maybe not destructible, just you kick it. Anyways, what was I saying about
so this is probably going to be the rest of the episode, because these challenges are getting progressively harder. What were you saying about Command and Conquer? There was a weapon I remember that I really loved.
Oh, right,
where you could just
right.
rain a laser on people, and I would like carve my name into the sides of mountains and.
That's what it was. So the thing was,
Seems fairly straightforward.
I'll let you figure out the rules there. Okay, so the thing was the super weapon you could build for Nod was basically just a nuclear missile.
Yeah.
And it was meant to be like, you could build this and then fire it, and it had a cooldown of 8 minutes, but it would obliterate whatever it hits, as nukes do. So anyways, Jojo was playing like on the brutal highest difficulty, and his entire strategy revolved around getting this nuke in place to take out their main generators or their power plants to shut down their air grid. So I remember him thinking, okay, I gotta hold out 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3. And he's like, so long, bitches. And then he fires the nuke, and I'm just watching him because he's super into this match. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and all of a sudden the other GDI opponent starts steamrolling his camp, and it's like, where is my nuke? And this nuke
funny.
never came down. This nuke just completely disappeared.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm thinking I don't want to focus on the Pisco Demon like I'm doing.
So how does this work again? It's eliminate.
Just get rid of them before the timer runs out.
Oh, that's not.
It's
too bad.
harder than it looks, just because. There we go. All right.
It's more or less just play, as you normally do.
Right.
You using the rocket launcher?
Yep. And
you
watching
don't
my
wanna get
health.
too close to it.
Oh shit. Okay, so the trick is they don't drop health, and I have to avoid splash damage. That's the trick. It's confined. It's like close quarters combat with a rocket launcher.
Yes, it's like
Which
the
is-
opposite of using knives.
And when I have them like this is pretty good.
And it looks like you can probably clear out this top area before agitating the helmet.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh boy. Oh
Maybe.
shit.
Well, this ain't
Yeah.
gonna end well.
Okay. Time to nut up and get good, Nick.
I resent
No.
that remark.
I thought my cursor was over continue playing, but I
Yeah,
guess
it's
it was
over all right.
Yeah, right. Rez will fucking kick me out of my challenge, will you?
The Lazarus Labs, boy, that's nice and edgy.
Yeah, right. Wonder what happens here.
Vaguely reminds me of something else from the Quran. What was it?
This is where we get into the Ra's al Ghul boss fight.
Oh yeah, it's like, okay, is Ra's okay? That's right, because he's got like the Fountain of Youth or something that keeps bringing him back. So he's not immortal.
Well,
he's just
it's the Lazarus Pit, which is basically the Batman universe's stand-in for the Fountain of Youth. Or it's the Fount of Immortality. Shit. Yeah, okay, I did that on purpose because I was
Had no
already
chance.
Yeah, no, my aim was bad. Okay, we're actually on start challenge. That's good. Okay, so maybe I really do want to just go for the Pisco Demon.
Well, maybe get the guy who's shooting you first.
Yeah, what do I know? Shit.
I'm confused. What is a Pisco Demon in its truest form?
Just a jackass. Wow.
I mean,
Dude, my aim is atrocious.
which is ironic given the fact you're using a rocket launcher, which is generally pretty forgiving.
Yep.
Unless, of course, they got you on a time limit.
They do, but the time limit isn't the issue.
Confronting the Pisco Demon of racism. Alright, that is not what I'm looking for.
Hello. Ah. Weak sauce.
So, I'm confused if a Pisco Demon is something Final Fantasy created, or if it's something they stole.
Is this thing not called the Pisco Demon? Because I thought it was.
I'm pretty sure it's just the Beholder.
Is it just the Beholder? What does this game have a Pisco Demon? What am I thinking of?
Doom Eye Monster. The Caco Demon returns
Caco
in... that's
Demon.
Caco Demon, that's right.
Pisco Demon.
Well, yeah, sometimes you come up with your own headcanon names for things.
Nick.
Well, I mean, it's not two-player, so...
If only this were PlayStation whatchamacallit, and you could just take the controller and be good for me.
PlayStation, we refuse to play nicely with anybody else because you're stuck here. I mean, it's the best platform to play on.
Oh, shit.
Did they ever settle their beef with Fortnite not being cross-platform?
I don't know. That's a good question. No! Why are you so fast? Yeah, walk backwards, you jackass.
The Pisco Demon, also known as the Wizard in the NES version. Okay, well, I'm assuming that was our Judeo-Christian censorship going batshit crazy again.
Shit,
Can't
Nick.
have any demons in my game. This is the Christian nation.
Oh, boy. Oh, no. We were so close, Nick. Nick.
The Amish Pisco Demon. Oh, right. Sorry, I'm done looking this up.
Holy
God,
shit.
did you win or did you log back out again?
No, we got it. We got it. Barely, but we got it. Holy hell.
Well, hopefully that was worth it.
Yeah, actually, this is the ability that I really wanted. So...
Triple jump?
Rich get richer. So let's see here. Savagery, perform glory, kills faster. That's not super important to me. In-flight mobility, applies air control to a single jump. That I like. Ammo boost is nice. Let's replace savagery with rich get... Ooh, I missed two along the line. With rich get richer. That works. Let's see. Fill your armor value to max 12 times. Well, that'll just happen naturally over the course of the game. Cool. I like it. So now... Oh, did you read what that does, by the way? So filling your standard weapon... Firing your standard weapons will not cost ammo when you have 100 armor or more.
What's the maxed armor you can have?
Well, I haven't upgraded it fully yet, so, but I'm going to keep working on that.
That'll be super helpful when you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, basically you're going glass cannon there.
Right. Well, so right now we've maxed out our ammo. Health is low, but we're going to just work on armor so that we can basically spam this particular perk. Let's see here. I think we're about ready to call this an episode. Let's just walk down to the end of this corridor and get to the next checkpoint.
Yeah, I'm not going to find out what's going on with this Pisco Demon anyways. I was trying to find out if the Pisco Demon is based on something, and all I'm getting is some sort of YouTube gaming site called the Amish Pisco Demon, which I am assuming is just an Amish guy who plays video games. Which strikes me as a little counterintuitive.
You don't know, maybe he's an actual demon. This looks like a checkpoint. Alright, let's see if we can actually win this thing, and if we can't,
what's
next time.
What's going on that table? I feel like you're gonna have to fight that. It's like the Space Pirate Lab all over again.
Come here, bitches.
What's purple do?
Quad damage.
Everything tastes like grape.
Right? Oh, man. Also, you can just punch people's heads right off.
You know, I have been going through tons of popsicle recipes the last week to try to find the ultimate popsicle recipe.
Dude, share that with Connor when you find it, because he's, like, that's his favorite thing right now is popsicles.
I'm pretty close. I'm trying to make the best possible version of the creamsicle. One of the things I'm learning anyways is that strawberries are just a pain in the neck to work with as far as popsicles go, because everybody expects them to be nice and sugary like candy, but they're not. They're actually pretty bitter by themselves. Then I see all these recipes that are like, yeah, just mash up some strawberries for a nice, add some cream, and it'll be a nice organic treat. Well, no, because it tastes like, I don't know, strawberries, which strangely enough are not very fun to taste.
Yeah, sorry, I'm listening to you, but at the same time, like, I actually may have a shot at winning this.
Oh, hey, 32 health. Okay, alright. The tides are swinging in your way.
I held off on the BFG.
The sad part is, Chris, if this were going on in real life right now, like, you would be doing all this fighting, and I would be behind cover, still talking about popsicles.
We did it.
Lockdown disengaged.
Dude, that BFG is a game changer. I mean, as it ought to be, but... Alright. Well, hey, next time on Play the Hits, we explore whatever the hell this thing is.
Are we any closer to escaping Mars?
Oh, no, Nick. We're not escaping Mars. We are taking Mars.
Oh, okay, so it's not Escape from LA, it's more Total Recall. We're doubling down, and okay, I got you now.
I like it. Nick, we'll see you next time.